It's the evening. Wasn't obviously planning to make this video. There's no need actually to make this video, but the thoughts are there, so why not share, right? I'm building a new business. I'm getting used to this whole social media thing beyond a hobby and noticing and understanding the difference. I've worked in retail, both in store and in corporate, and currently in corporate. I am learning as much as I can about marketing and dealing with influencers and all that jazz. So here is the thing about internet culture in general and making sweeping statements where it's obvious. Although one can say I emphasize the frustration, in this case I don't emphasize, because yes, my business recently launched. I've had maybe 2 orders. Obviously not making a lot of sales. Things are not converting, but I accept that I'm still learning. I am not making an assumption, especially such a weird assumption. I'm not making an assumption that, oh, why am I not getting more this, that, and the other, and everybody's out to get me. Because historically, yes, I get it. We are all going through things, but that's the thing. I know that we're all going through things, and it's not even just me or people like me, but it's the fact that right now, at this moment, specifically to the response of the influencer that this entire commentary is about. But in general, if you look on YouTube, there's been a lot of downfalls of the influencer. There's been a couple of influencers, even before this year, that talked about how being an influencer is not the way as it used to be. And if you really look at what influencers have been doing, they're trying to develop a business eventually or go into real estate, because influencing is not what, at least from just a viewer, I'm not trying to be an influencer, but trying to work with influencers and being a viewer, is that just because you post something does not mean that you are entitled to my money. And it's funny how when people use the word supporting, we're not supporting a cause, okay? You're not building a cause. What you're doing is selling a product, and it's almost like you're reviewing something, and I get to know your taste and I trust your taste. And instead of me spending my time and money, I check your reviews or your overviews or your first impression. And based on that, maybe in my busy time, I'm going to go ahead and purchase it if it was something that I even wanted to purchase. So case in point, going to this whole Macy's commercial things. First off, when I check the rest of her videos and hear the comments of even in her own commentary stating that when I do dating videos or when I do hair videos, you're there. But when it comes to my Macy's sponsored content, you're not there. You look up anybody who does dating videos or lifestyle dating love videos, any of them, they all say they have an issue with converting. Doesn't matter if it's man or woman. Doesn't matter what they look like. They all have issues, because the people who are into the dating videos type of content, deeply so, are there for the tea, are there for the mess, are there for story time. It's no different than the people who do like the true crime things. Like, they're there specifically to have a story or to, I guess, get their game on or whatever. That's what they're there for. So when you suddenly go from telling a story of mess to, hey, buy a piece of clothing, those two don't match. It doesn't matter what your demographics end up looking like. Doesn't matter their age. Doesn't even matter if they have extra money to spend. Because that's the thing. There is, as I'm learning more about marketing in general, but me as a viewer, I actually do like shopping at Macy's, right? And I know a lot of people who shop at Macy's. The last time I've been at Macy's, the selection is not all put together. It's the same issue why JCPenney is not as relevant anymore. And it's the same issue why I believe if you check Target's current earnings, it's not as good. And I believe it's why Walmart recently have really been upping their game on their selection in general and who they, sponsor, because they know their market. I don't know why Macy's decided to sponsor this person, because if you actually looked at her content that she again says dating in hair, what does Macy's have any relevance to the content that you make? Nothing. It doesn't even matter if you were doing like, I guess if you're trying to do a whole how to dress up to get a better date or something, or one of those, what do they call that thing? Not, when girls are trying to go hypergamy or whatever, I don't know, that thing. If it was that, then I could see where the Macy's Connect come to. But Macy's have closed so many stores. Last when I worked there, unless they've changed their e-commerce, the shopping experience online and the return issue is a problem. The majority of my friends are in their 50s. So again, even then, they're like, they've gone into Macy's, they haven't been there for a while. Like, it's just not their thing. The name brands in Macy's you can find somewhere else. And the locations of Macy's have gone down and down. Again, as someone who works in retail before and now retail corporate, where I am required to go and check out the competition, I can tell you, and I have actually worked at Macy's too, I can tell you that Macy's isn't relevant anyways. So even if there was a change of demographics to who follow you, you would still have problems. And I'm not a content creator. I just, again, by observation and just checking out stats, I'm not an investor, but I do listen to some of those numbers sometimes. It would have not gone good anyways. And based on other influencers stating that sponsored posts just don't do well as your regular content, that is a thing. The last bit is that right now it is December 2023. If anybody's been scrolling all over the internet or just talking to friends, you guys would know just how split the economy is right now. People are either doing so good that Macy's would not be a brand that they would shop at to begin with. They're into the high luxury things. Macy's is that in between type of luxury things, right? Or they're doing so bad that right now, even Shein is starting to get too expensive for them. Okay, so I'm all over Facebook talking to several forums, people of all sorts of industries. Sales are down, period, for both Macy's and Target. Walmart had a small percentage up. Like, sales are down. People don't got that kind of money. We just don't. So passively listening to someone telling you a story of mess, or figuring out how to do your hair because you can't afford to go to a salon or even find a good salon is one thing. Asking me to put out money right now, I really have to already want it. And right now, let's just be real, like Macy's isn't that relevant. I think I've bought from JCPenney before I bought from Macy's for bras, something that I needed. But I'm not just going to start handing out money for, a style that apparently most of your followers would not follow that style. So, yeah. Don't make broad statements. Don't make entitled, angry, broad statements. Even if you really feel that way, that's what makes it funny to me. Even if it really feels that way, why are you recording it and posting it? For what? Is it some kind of weird, outrage sells? I guess. Maybe it'll convert for you. I don't know. Anyways, that was my quick spiel. Like I said, I'm starting a new business. I've only made 2 sales from it, and the way people are talking about this economy, I'm just going to accept it and push forward. I do have a full-time job, and I could probably figure out something else if I need more money. I'll take my time with it. I really want to build this brand. If you're interested in it, the link's below. The website is Ebony Haiti, Haitian-inspired scented candles and artwork that I paint. But yeah, I'm not going to be entitled. And if you want to support, you can support, but it's not a support thing if you like to purchase, right? Because that's what it is. I'm selling a product that I hope you enjoy, but you need to actually enjoy it first to want to buy it. I'm not running a charity case, even though there's Haiti in it, right? I'm not running a charity case. So if you want to, you can. But other than that, like I don't get people thinking that anything that they post or put out in the world, they're going to make like buckets and buckets of money. Yeah.